Hey guys, I'm Will. Today we're going to be covering IFAKs, where they should go and why we have them. Let's get into it. Now this video is not for what to put in it, what products to select, what brands to select. This is where we place them and why I have my setup the way I do. And then also what you could do based on your everyday use, not just operational. We may not all do the same thing. But consider it like this. Sealing, packing, occluding, and protecting, that's what I have considered inside of my IFAK. Now, I get asked a bunch because I'm not always every single time in my operational plate carrier. Sometimes we're in my belt in a slick carrier. For me, on the back of my belt, I have a Faro Concepts Roll 1 that is an IFAK and it's facing upward. So it's in the curvature of my lower lumbar. That way I can sit in the car and have no hot spots. We've covered this in the belt video. You can see it run by the screen or it's gonna pop up. That's not this video. But for me, I have a IFAK operationally on my back, and then I have one on the front bottom of my plate carrier. You're gonna notice it right here, and it is the exact same thing. It is a Faro Concepts Roll 1, outfitted with a doppelganger loadout that I would have on my EDC, on the back of my belt, and then now on the front of my belt. So consider it like this. Anything in the front of my plate carrier is administrative, meaning I am doing that task. So I would consider that IFAK for thee. Basically, that is for you to be applied by me. On the back of me, it is an additional resource that I can pull out, or it's for me. That's what these are. I have redundancies on my plate carrier, or operationally, I have two. Same thing for my cat tourniquets. I have two cats on me. I have one that is mounted on the belt on a soil eater, BMTH, and then now, soon to be, it's not gonna be visible right now, but I have a TXC mounted product inside my plate carrier for the other cat tourniquet. So I have redundancies across the board. It's very important to me to have it. You never know when you're gonna need it, but I've used it probably 2 or 3 times and it's paid dividends for other people. So on the belt, it's pretty simple. The inner belt is all hook Velcro. And what I've done is I have just reversed the Roll 1 and actually trimmed a little bit of the hook and loop, the actual band itself, and I pull it really tight to the bottom so that when it folds backwards, it doesn't roll over the belt line and create a hot spot when I sit in the car. Like I've said numerous times, we're sitting in vehicles and getting out of them really quickly. I want this section to be as smooth and slick as possible to where I don't have any of that tension on my body or hot spots. I can grab from either side, whatever hand needs to be used. I can grab this pull tab on this particular IFAK and rip the whole thing out and it's good to go. So that's the belt. There's nothing really to it. It's really simple. Now for the plate carrier, aside of the little Mauska tool for the cat tourniquet, we won't talk about that yet, but for the IFAK, I have it folded underneath the bottom side of my plate bag and it sits just like this. You don't often see it because it's rolled underneath and it sits pretty flat. It's out of my way completely, doesn't restrict any movement. It's not bulky, it stays slick. A big deal for me is my kit being as slick and minimalist as possible. So if I don't have to have it on me, it's not gonna be on me. I treat my IFAK the same way. I have pull tabs on each side that I can grab and pull on, but it's never gonna be invasive. And like I said, it has wound packing, it has sealing, it has occluding, and it has protection for me, as well as a couple other things in here that would be applicable to me at work. Again, it's just redundancy. Anything in the front of my plate carrier is for me to apply to someone else, readily available. Anything on the back is either for team administration or for application on me or as an additional resource for me to throw out to someone else if we have a casualty event that has more than one victim. This is what is in my car. It's also in a backpack and it's also in my range bag. I have a little bit larger version for the range in case something was to happen, but this is what my wife would have in her car, what I have in my car, and then what I would have in my backpack if we were traveling around somewhere. It is another Faro Concepts Roll 1, completely outfitted, exactly the same. Everything in this is positioned in the same spot to where I can predictably reach down and grab based on its position, the same things in each one of these Roll 1s. And then I just have a cat tourniquet placed through Velcro on top. And it's gonna sit either on the roof of my car, in the back of a seat, or up against the floorboard on one side, driver or passenger side, readily available for me. As the everyday person, you're probably going to be more prone to seeing a trauma incident with stopping the bleed being a priority more than potentially being the one doing the shooting. I'm not going to say there's no value in the Second Amendment. I'm just saying prioritize stopping the bleed just as much as you would be causing it, and get the training for it. But this is exactly what I would have in my car. You'll notice with me, I want redundancy and consistency across the board to where when I train my family, my kids, my wife, and myself, and even the teammates, we all understand this setup and we know this system, and I want redundancy even for myself. From the everyday use to the belt to the plate carrier, it's all going to feel the same to me. I prefer that. Now there's a lot of great options out there. Vertex has some really solid fanny packs and over shoulders and devices that have a ton of hook and loop on the inside and storage and weather guarding from the elements that can also damage IFAK contents. This is the Lena, I believe, and this is available on the website. It is really solid, super small, and it reminds me of those very hipster leggings companies that have come out, except this has a better application. So if we want to talk about how I have mine laid out, we'll look at that first. Again, the cat tourniquet is on the outside, readily available, to where if I flick it, it is ready to go even on a leg or self-application. I don't want it to stick to itself. I want it to be popping right out, ready to go. The next thing is I have these pull tabs on each side. I can, when this is attached, I can just grab and rip this. Even when it's connected to something else, grab and pull this tab and pull the whole thing out. You're gonna grab one of these tabs, you're gonna pull, and it's folded up like this on itself like a taco. You grab these two wings and pull out, and then you pull this one down, and it's gonna unroll, hence the name, just like this. And I have other contents on the bottom side, like impregnated packing. I have a chest seal ×2. I have shears. I have more trauma equipment. I have bandages. I have needle decompressions. I have gloves and wipes. So everything that I would need to at least stop some of the bleeding if I can is going to be in here readily available. And this is going to be packed the exact same way across the board on these. I will say this has saved numerous lives. I've been very fortunate to be able to help people in their trying times, numerous times in car accidents, shootings, or other traumatic incidents. And I was very thankful for the training and this equipment being a priority to me, not just something to buy and have because I've seen it on YouTube, because I've seen it on some other channel, but because I know to use it, I know its value. I hope you do too. That's it, guys. Like I said, there's nothing to it. I'm just laying out what I do for work, and then for my personal and everyday life. I want consistency, redundancy. I want something simple, not overcomplicated. I want to stop the bleed and prolong life as much as I can. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions regarding how I have my equipment set up, it is at Stuffs and Pews on Instagram. If you have any questions regarding all the Vertex and equipment you can purchase as far as North American Rescue sponsored products, it is at TXC Holsters on Instagram. Remember, repent and turn to Christ. Be loyal to your wife or your spouse. Eat lots of rare steak, as rare as possible, just with good crust. It's a sin if you don't. And drink lots of Ghost. And as another layer just for this week, guys, make sure you're available for your friends. Be there on a level that they may not realize they need. Talk to them on the vulnerable level, be open with them, discuss failure with them, walk your buddies through struggle, through insecurity, through failure, and through fear. If you're not doing that, you're failing as a man. I do it all the time. I am in constant failure, but we're all trying our best to climb the ladder. Reach out if you need anything. It is at Stuffs and Pews on Instagram. DM me. There's nothing too dark, nothing too scary, nothing too traumatic. Just be a man and be vulnerable. See y'all.